What is on the other side of the moon? One side of the moon is always facing the Earth. Why? Because the time it takes for the moon to rotate once around its axis is equal to the time it takes for the moon to orbit once around the Earth. That means that the same side of the moon is always facing our planet. So there is a side of the moon which is not yet visible to us, also known as the dark side of the moon. In the space race, China is the first country to have unveiled the dark side of the moon. Soviet Union's probe that is Luna 2, was the first ever probe to make it to the moon. But the first landing on the moon was by USA on July 16, 1969. The first men to set foot on the moon were Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins. On January 3rd, 2019, China became the first country to land a rover named U-2. Weird name, dude. On the far side of the moon. On that side of the moon, there is an inability to maintain radio contact with the space station due to the magnetic force of the giant mass. The rover spotted a gel-like substance on the surface of moon, or at least it looked gel-like. That gel-like substance may have formed due to the landing in 1972, but that can't quite be, as the substance was discovered on the far side. India is also not so far back in the space race. They're aiming to land Chandrayaan 3 near the challenging terrain of the moon's unexplored south pole. India's maiden lunar mission Chandrayaan 1 discovered water molecules in the form of ice on the moon's surface. 11 years later, Chandrayaan 2 successfully entered the lunar orbit, but its rover crash-landed on the moon's surface. Chandrayaan 3 is to make a landing on the far side of the moon on 24 August 2023, whose mission it will be to conduct scientific experiments to study the moon's environment, including its history, geology, and potential for resources. Our natural satellite has a great potential for holding resources which may help us to enhance our future space missions. It is confirmed of the presence of water on moon's surface, just not in liquid form. Water is frozen on the surface of moon. If we were to actually extract the ice, convert it into water, and break down the components into molecules of hydrogen and oxygen, we can possibly make that into fuel. And if that can be made true, it will have an astronomical effect, pun intended, in the space race of our world.